Alright boys and girls, right, I was not going to do a video today, but unfortunately I've got to. So I'm going to tell you today how to do a fraud where you will never ever get caught, never get questioned, and you can get away with about 40 grand, 50 grand, 80 grand. Alright, so stick around, I'll tell you how to do it. I don't do it, but it's happening to people I know, and it's happened to me. But quickly, I'm just going to show you around these vans. So this is a customer's 18 plate twin wheel Iveco. That's one of our older bodies, and we've swapped it over for him. There's a new truck there waiting to go. You know, I've got to put our business out there a little bit. You know what I mean? We have got a lot of work on this. These 14 vans to work on in this yard. But still, you know, we have to keep on. We're slowly chugging through them. Do you know what I mean? We're getting through them. All the boys are back off the summer holidays now, so that's good. So if you're after a cheap Iveco, there's one there, look, it'll be right money, it's got right mileage on it, and it's, you know, MOT'd and all that lot. So what I'm going to tell you is this morning I got a phone call at 7 o'clock, woke me up on a Saturday, and I was not going to do a video today. And the man says to me, Billy, you know when you had your two machines pinched off a job? I said, yeah. He said, it's happened to us this morning. So I'm going to tell you what happened to us. I'm going to tell you what happened to the person, and I'm going to tell you how we got away with it, and I'm going to tell you how basically he took £30,000 off us, and there's nothing we can do. Okay, I'll show you our bodies. So there's a body there for that truck outside, there's a set of arms for that truck outside, and then there's a body there for outside. So I'm not going to give you hours and hours of context talking about my skip bodies. You know the quality. What I'm doing this week is with the lads, I'm doing a prototype. So a lot of companies now, they have a body that is very light. So I know like a lot of customers want a body that's nice and light and everything else. My body, without a doubt, is the best made, you know, over-engineered body you will ever get on a 3.5 tonner. I mean, that's the arms. You know, I don't need to sell now to you. You know, the size of everything on ours, you know, ours will outlift anybody's day in, day out, and it'll do it longer. Simple as that. You know, they are over-engineered. So this prototype body, I've got a welder, I've took him off for all next week. I said, right, you with me all week. He's going to use my chassis idea, the chassis of it, and then we're going to pick other things we like off some of the 18 tonners and the big lorries, and we're going to incorporate into a small truck, and the whole thing will be keeping the weight down. We're going to have a different headboard, we're going to have aluminium on it, we're going to have different stuff, potentially have tipping hooks up the back, the rams are going to be inside the arms, there's going to be loads of stuff. So this time next week we will have a finished body that will be literally just for customers wanting light bodies, because that's the thing, what they say, don't they, you know, want a light body, and that's the only thing really that we don't do. We just do a big heavy duty quality body. We don't do one for people who want something a bit lighter, so we're going to be doing it, yeah. And hopefully I'll do every skip body in the whole country. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? And I'll do it for you for £5 grand cheaper than the next man. How good would that be? Right, so I'm going to tell you how to get away with a fraud. The best fraud you'll ever... I shouldn't be telling you this because you'll be listening to it. Shouldn't be telling me, boy, this, should I? Right, so a year ago we did a job for a customer. So a year ago we did a job, and a guy rang me up. He said, we want some machines. I didn't take the job, one of the girls in the office took it. She knows the protocol, so we get a copy of their insurance. So to get a machine off us, you have to have insurance, a driving licence, and they give us a like 100 quid deposit or something. It's not a lot of money, and they pay for the machine hire. So we've dropped the machine off at an house local to us, not far away. One of our subbies dropped it off for us, and then we got a phone call from the subby, and he said, the machines have gone. A couple of days later, I said, what do you mean the machines have gone? He said, they're not there. He said, I've dropped them off, and basically the house where we dropped them is not completely empty. That you can see somebody's been there, but there's been no work on the driveway or in the actual place. So we rung the guy. He said on the phone, he said, I ain't had no machine. No machine was delivered. So they sent us an email when they booked the machine saying basically leave them on the drive. You know, we'll give you permission, whatever. We had all his insurance, so we felt good. And then he said he didn't receive them. So we rang the police, and the police must have spoke to him, and he said was never delivered. So basically, if the machines are not delivered, that person's not liable. They were stolen before he took. You know, it's your word against his. Did you deliver them or didn't you deliver them? So anyway, I got the man's driving licence after many phone calls to him, and he gave me loads of shit down the phone that he hadn't seen the diggers and he hadn't started the job yet. Just a load of lies, basically. It's fucking pointless. Scumbag. And what I think happened with that job is, I actually don't think he's the man behind it. I think there's probably a few lads who've got together and they're going around the country basically stealing machines, little plant machinery and anything like that. It's not just diggers. So we lost the digger and a dumper. I went to the man's house and knocked on the door, nobody in, knocked on other doors around the corner, and basically top and bottom is they said that the kid hadn't lived there for ages. I've got an idea. Basically what they're doing is they're getting some little numpty, giving him 50 quid for a copy of his driving licence, and then they are getting insurance, paying the first payment on it, and then obviously the insurance gets cancelled, but in the meantime they're hiring machines all over the country. The police did absolutely nothing. They didn't come out, they didn't get any details, they did not do a single thing. All they give you on the phone is a crime number, and that's it. You just ring up and say, I need a crime number, you ring your insurance, and that's it, you're out 30 grand. So my mate rings me this morning. So I had a customer ring me up last week and he said, I want a machine dropped on a motorway, of all places, on the motorway. This how crafty they're getting, right? Because people like us now are like, yeah, if it's going to an empty house, we're not doing it. So he said, can you drop it a lay-by on the A179 or whatever it was, a big dual carriageway down here, because we're working on the lay-by. Sent some paperwork over from a proper company, from their company, from a proper email, and they've got a proper website, all that lot. Machines was dropped off. Got a phone call an hour later. He says, what time them machines coming? He said, what do you mean? He said, the machines haven't been dropped off. Fucking same scam again. It's very, very clever that if the machines are not delivered, that basically they are not liable for it. And this is what they're doing. So them guys today have got a 3-ton machine, a 1.5-ton machine. Luckily, these have got a tracker on. Well, most of them have got a tracker on. But that's the funny thing. When we hired our machines out, the machines was dropped at the house at about 9 o'clock in the morning. 25 minutes later, there was on the way down the motorway, and 10 minutes after that, the trackers was ripped out. So obviously, they've waited around the corner till we see that we've dropped the machine off, pulled the tracker out, and then fucked off. So these boys are very, very organised. So what I'll say to you is, listen, if you rent anything out now, the economy is absolutely on its arse. We have never been so skint. A can of Coke. Where is my can of Coke? I just had one. Where did I put it? Anyway, we just go grab it. Yeah. A can of Coke now will cost you about fucking £1.25 in a garage or whatever. If you get it from somewhere else, that can of Coke can be £3 some places. So people are skint. So people are pulling off stupid fucking things. We have to block our yard on a night. So when we go home on a night, we park fucking about 20 cars in front of the gate. So to get a van out, you'd have to jump over a 20-foot fence to do it. That is where we've come to. That is where the economy is going, and that's what these people in the government don't seem to realise. And the problem is until somebody does something, yeah, it's like these big companies, whatever, a big companies affecting all the little companies around them and affecting them. I think the government should have a duty of care to us. So you get a small machine pinch for 20 grand. How does that affect the business that they've taken? It's been taken from. How many jobs do you lose because of it? And stuff like that. People are committing these crimes and frauds and doing stuff that they shouldn't do, and the government does nothing. They sit there and would rather catch somebody who's shoplifting because it's an easier case to crack. It's madness. This fucking country sending me mad. This country at the minute is sending me mental. Yeah, you've got people, starving and dying and all that lot, and there's sometimes certainly put the money and resources in the wrong place. That is what I will definitely say. And it is a really sad time, really, to be around, isn't it? A great time to be alive, because we do enjoy a lot of good things in the UK, but it's also at the same time a little bit depressing that nothing changes and stuff, and things like this can happen. And my mate who's lost his 2 machines this morning, you've got to think, he's lost how many thousands of pounds. Imagine if somebody come to your house and emptied 50 grand out your house of your valuables, how you'd feel. And these people won't stand in front of me or you and take 50 grand off you, because you'd have a go, wouldn't you? And that's what these people rely on, these stupid systems that are put in place where common sense doesn't prevail. You know, so I hope, I'm going to make my way out of here because the boys are waiting to weld. They don't like being... I'll see you soon, boys. See you soon. Yeah, the boys don't like being in on all the videos all the time, but yeah, it's a mad time where people can manipulate systems in this country to get away with crimes and, you know, all that. I seen a thing on the internet the other day where some guy with a tattoo on his face of a gun was trying to come to this country. You know, it's mad, innit? It's just mad. Like I say, I don't care about where anybody's from, or, you know, I've got Europeans who work for me. But it's just mad understanding it. Like I tell everybody, I'm not a real intelligent guy, I don't pretend to be. But when you just cut it down into a basic thing, you know, somebody can come and rent a digger off you, steal it, and now it happens because they said this and he said that, and it's just nuts, innit? I wish they'd bring back the old days when I was a kid and you get clever to a copper, he'd grab you by the ear like that and drag you home, or, you know, whatever. Just give people a little bit of respect for their elders and for the country. But now, you know, you can commit these frauds and these robberies, and basically the authorities don't care, do they? They're not bothered. They ain't got enough time and enough money to deal with that, because they're dealing with all the other stuff that they let go on. Anyway, madness. Right, Saturday, have a good weekend. I'm going to get this video on. I'm going to go back to the office and edit it. And yeah, I hope you're all surviving well, because the economy's fucked. And if you want to skip body doing, bring it down. I'll look after you, give you a 12-month warranty. Good old-fashioned Yorkshire value and engineering, proved right there by a 10-year-old body that's still going strong. And I'll see you all soon. Bye. Bye.